This is Rudkowski of WeAreChange.org reporting to you in Holland, and a lot of people here are telling me about cannabis oil. I've heard in the United States many people use cannabis oil to treat very serious illnesses, but people here are actually taking it like a daily vitamin. So we're going to investigate cannabis oil, we're going to check out how it's made, we're going to talk to the pot father, we're also going to talk to people who've used it to treat their illnesses here, and last but not least, we're also going to try some. So we got some cannabis oil here. The person that gave this to me said that it shouldn't get me high because I really hope it doesn't. I haven't smoked marijuana in about 5 years now. It doesn't treat me well, but we'll see what happens with cannabis oil. How the hell do you open this damn thing? There you go. The hell? How do you do this thing? Wait, hold on. Damn, I think I broke it. How many drops are you supposed to take? 2
or 3. Why did you just do?
They're like 8.
I'm 52 years old and I'm suffering from ataxia.
I had an infection between my muscles in my shoulder and I couldn't move my arms. Like this, and the other one like this.
At night I suffer from muscle spasms, aches.
I slept very badly. I woke up 5-6 times a night. I woke up tired and I had headaches during the day because I slept very badly.
Did the doctors give you pills?
No, because I don't like pills.
But did he offer pills?
A painkiller.
Yeah.
It takes the pain away, but not my problem.
I went to the doctors 5 times in the 5 years, and every time I thought I don't want to go to the doctors and they don't take me seriously. But every time I thought, yeah, I work with it 5 years, so I have to go. But they always say, oh, it's just stress and go to bed early or go jogging or something like that. And they never took me seriously.
Can you tell us what kind of medication you were using before and how were you before using cannabis oil?
Before I used diazepam and clonazepam, and as a result of that I also became a bit difficult between the ears. And right now I'm clear. So it's all nothing but positive.
And then I got some oil, and my pain in my back was going after me, and I can handle that. And my arms are coming up, and now, look.
And now I get those with zeg je dat? With much more oil and much less wheat, zeg maar, THC. Yeah. And I don't feel anything if I take it. I don't feel anything. If I stay up when I take it, I don't feel it. But if I go to sleep, I get very relaxed and I can sleep the whole night. So.
And since I use the wheat oil, it's less. And since I use this, I stand with my both feet on the ground.
Well, I think that everyone who has some of these problems, like me, I was at first a little bit, scared is a big word, but I didn't like it and I didn't know much about it, so I held it off. And it is possible to use it without getting the effect in your head or getting stoned. You don't feel it, but it has effect. And I think that a lot of people don't know that you can use it without getting high or getting much effect of it. And I think that if people know that much people can have benefit about it.
This, so, and after it, 4 weeks, it's growing. And now I can stand
oil.
after the cannabis oil. And my back, huh?
So.
And yeah, it works, and I think it's a miracle.
All right, so I don't feel high or out of it, even though I did take a lot of cannabis oil. I really just feel relaxed and very calm and very hungry now. But we were very lucky enough to have a local farmer here who makes cannabis oil show us his plants and how he does everything step by step. But it is technically illegal in the Netherlands to create cannabis oil, so we're going to hide his identity for his protection. What made you want to start growing and making cannabis oil?
I saw what was happening when people used it. That's what made me decided to make more wheat oil for other people. I gave my brother-in-law, I saw it on the internet, I gave it to my brother-in-law on his birthday. He used it. 1 week later he came, "This is working. I have almost for over a year I have pain, and now this is working. What did you do? What did you make?" I said, "I made it of wheat, of grass." Huh? I said, "This is not possible." "Yes, that's it. And it's working." "Yes, it's working very good." And that decided me to make it. And but we are here in Holland for over 30 years. We are smoking grass, wheat, hashish, yes. But now we are at the point we say, hey, what we smoked over all these years, over all these 30 years, is having also another effect on people. And people always think you use cannabis and you get high and that's the way you do it. Or the younger people think we smoke a joint and then we sit there and then we are high. No, that's not it. Now we have another aspect of using cannabis, and that is making people better, and that's the way it's got to be, and that's why we're doing it.
And now you have some plants growing. Would you mind showing us the plants that you have growing?
No problem.
You could only have 5 plants, legally.
It's legally, you may have 5 plants here in Holland, but the problem is when they are ready, then you get a whole lot of wheat, you know, and you may only have 5 grams.
Yeah, wow.
And that's
the legal limit.
Yeah, that's the legal limit we have. Yeah. And but we're doing it on our own way, you know, and we take it for ourselves, you know. It's not for selling it. Yeah. It's only for
giving it to the community.
Yeah, giving it to the community, and we don't have to earn money with it. Yeah. When we wanted to be rich, then we should do other things, you know. But we can have a look because we have a few plants standing here. Yeah. This is a very good plant, you know. It's a seed from Wernert. Wernert is the man from the pot father of the wheat oil. Yes, and this is a very good plant. That little one there didn't want to grow, you know. He had too much water. Now we are giving him no more water again, and now he's coming up. You know, so it takes times. But normally in October, the 10th of October, the wheat plants are ready. So you must use them, you know. But here you can keep them longer, you know. We may have 5 plants. Here are standing 2 plants. And we have here on the outside, we have another 3 plants. These ones are a little bit bigger, you see. And yeah, we are smoking it, and we also make oil of it, and I can show you how we are doing that. And you may not do it in Holland, but we already made it for several persons. I think for 30 persons, me and my brother-in-law, and it's working. And we first do the wheat, so we take the wheat water polski, and we usually do that in a panty. Yes?
Gaan we dat doen?
Pantyhose. Nee, doen we niet, want het is een nieuwe panty. Oh. But usually we put this in the panty. Yes?
The panty, look.
Yes, like that. Then we make it close. Yes? We do it inside of here. Then we get wheel alcohol. It must be 69%, yes. It smells like Teen Spirit.
Make sure it smells the same. Wow.
Huh? Good. We do that over it, yes. We let it stand for about 10 minutes. Pulling the sock. Doe het even niet zoals jij doet, maar
nee.
pulling the sock again, yes. Then is it out, and then we get green substance.
Green alcohol.
Green alcohol. Then we do the alcohol inside of here, yes, till it's so full. Then we put the heater on, we put the air pump on, and then the process is beginning. It's taking about 3-4 hours. It may not get too hot, because when it gets too hot, you don't get the CDBs out of it, you know. And after 3 hours, here, everything is gone, there's nothing over, and here you have a little bit of substance. And that's the wheat oil, the pure wheat oil. And then we're going to have a look what we are doing with it. Do you want to make it strong or not? So then we take olive oil and put it together. We shake it, put it together, and then we do it in such kind of little bottles. You see? And then you get wheat oil.
Even over de tong, hè?
And then you do it so, on the top, hoppa. But that's too much. But usually you lose 1, 2 or 3 drops, you know. But that's the story after the wheat oil.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Can you please tell us your name and introduce yourself?
My name is Bernard Bruining. I'm in the cannabis world, active in the cannabis world since 1970, 73, something like that. So.
When people in Amsterdam were telling me about you, they called you the Pot Father. Can you tell us how you got this nickname as the Pot Father?
I think I got that nickname because I opened up the first coffee shop in Amsterdam, Mellow Yellow. That was in 1973. And later I opened up the first grow shop in Europe. That was Positronics in 1985. And recently, since 2009, I'm involved in promoting cannabis oil as the ideal way of using cannabis medicinally instead of smoking.
What got you into cannabis oil? What was the decision? What information did you come across that made you want to work with cannabis oil?
Originally it was a very a simple thing. I had arthrosis in my neck, so constant pain, constant headache, and then I realized that I sort of invented the word Mediweed in 1995, and I thought, why shouldn't I try some cannabis tea to reduce my pain, and it did work. And then I realized, geez, you know, I need to do something for these other people that have constant pain and other problems. And that was in 2009, and I started to focus completely on medical cannabis. And I found Rick Simpson on the internet. I tried this method, and I found that the method was rather dangerous, and that the oil was too concentrated to be easy to use and easy usable by older people and by children. So I developed a method to reduce the strength of cannabis oil, diluted with olive oil, so that it can be taken per drop exactly, and thus you can avoid getting high.
Now, is cannabis oil the one-stop treatment for everything? Can you tell us what it helps with? I mean, I heard a lot of people cure themselves of a lot of different things, but is it really the one-stop shop for everyone?
It works immediately with 50% of any group of people. 25% can be helped if you play with the dosage and the time of in which you take it, and with 25% of the population it doesn't work at all. For the rest, I've seen so many illnesses, and I get new kinds of illnesses to see every day, and I haven't seen that it doesn't help at all. It usually improves the general condition of a patient.
Now, what's one of the best success stories you have or saw or experienced or heard of from cannabis oil?
I can't say that because for each person individual, the fact that their problems were reduced is a success story on itself. But I had patients with Parkinson, chronic pain, fibromyalgia, so many diseases I can't even remember. COPD, attention deficit disorder, autism. The list is as long as my arm, they say in English, no? But it helps almost with any medical problem, simply because modern medication tries to solve the problem with the person as if it is a car, and a person is 50% has a medical problem and 50% is how a person feels, and the way a person feels is hardly considered and hardly treated with modern medication, and cannabis just does just that. It makes sure that the patient feels better, and when a patient feels better, medication works better and any medical treatment works better.
Is it where it should be? Are there any improvements that need to be done with cannabis oil?
Well, recently we have succeeded to increase the level of CBD in our oils, and I think that will give a dramatic improvement of the results we're going to achieve.
Can you just really quickly tell us the difference between CBD and THC?
There's not really a difference. THC is more like a fuel, and the fuel can only work in conjunction with other cannabinoids. So you need the other cannabinoids, and there are about 120 other cannabinoids, and they're fueled by THC. The thing is that in modern cannabis there's hardly any other cannabinoids than THC, because the focus has been on THC mainly. That means that in modern cannabis the CBD levels are very low, like 0.1 to 0.3%, and right now we're working with CBD oils of 30%. So that's about 300 times more than, yeah.
With what you're doing, did you ever have any adverse reactions from the medical industry or the government?
No, why should I? Or why should they? I mean, helping people is a duty. It's a human duty. When you see somebody that needs help, you need to help them. And when the substance is actually illegal, I just shove it aside, because I think that helping people comes first. I've seen in the past years that people become more and more aware that medical cannabis is very interesting, and more and more people are willing to try it because they need to try it. The medicinal industry is getting more and more expensive, and people get less and less good results with it. So they're looking around for alternatives, and whether it's homeopathic medicine or acupuncture or cannabis, it doesn't matter to them. They want to try everything.
Is there anything else you'd like to say about cannabis oil or anything about what you're doing?
My new book is called Healing Hemp, and I think that when the laws against cannabis are gone, we can we can expect a better future in which hemp will be the ultimate medication, the ultimate society drug, and also the ultimate base of a much more green economy.
And can you tell us your website?
Mediweed.nl.
Thank you so much for everything. The Pot Father.
Yeah, don't worry. You want to try some?
Sure.
Golden oil.
Golden oil. Thank you, Pot Father.
Thank you.
Get it. About 60% will say we should legalize it, treat it like alcohol, tax it, etc. We should not be chasing a green plant, but that's rank and file.
This is Rudkowski reporting in Amsterdam. Sorry, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah, sorry. The Hague here, the Dutch government, has actually implemented a new law this year that would make it illegal for tourists to smoke marijuana in